Welcome back. Totally Unclear, Marques Gervase. Hey, special thanks, first of all, to all 77 that tuned into YouTube last week. Appreciate you.
That's right, for the first one.
We're live again, and I have to I'm going to try to contain myself. Last week, I almost gave my fiance a seizure, how much I was moving around. I didn't realize we were being filmed, so I'm going to try my best to sit still. It's hard for me because I have ADD. So I'm not good at sitting still, but I'm going to try my best to be contained and hold it all together, okay? But if I start doing some of this, I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, football season has begun. Yes, the NFL has begun. One of the best times of the year. 5 weeks in. A perfect time to kind of take a synopsis of what we see. Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 3-2. Tied for the division lead. Who would have saw that after 2 weeks ago? But tied for the division lead. It's interesting with the NFL today, though, because it's not like I'm trying to get used to the new NFL where 15, 20 years ago, the guys played. Well, no, forget 15, 20 years. Let's go 5 years ago. Guys played in the preseason. Starters played in the preseason.
Right.
So they're not doing that anymore. So it's almost like the first couple weeks have become preseason games.
Yeah, if your player
like it's just slop for the first couple weeks because guys are kind of figuring it out. You practice all you want, but at the end of the day, game speed is game speed. So with the Eagles, especially, you go back to week 1 when they played the Redskins, they were down 17-0. And a lot of that, I feel, was just rust and bad timing and just guys not playing. And then you saw what they're capable. Like, you've seen capsules so far of what the Eagles are really capable of and how good they really can be. You saw that in the second half of the Redskins game. You saw that in the fourth quarter of the Falcons game. Detroit a little bit more inconsistent. And, the Green Bay game really was kind of the apex where you're like, whoa, we got something here. Because Green Bay, as you saw on Sunday, is a really good team.
Yeah.
And they're going to be there in the end. They're going to be in the mix. They're a good squad. So you beat them in Lambeau, which is a tough place to play.
Yeah,
you feel good about that. You come back, you play the Jets. Jets are trash, let's be honest.
Garbage.
They're terrible.
Yes, they are.
I think Del Val College can beat them right now. They're terrible. Their offense is just, they couldn't get anything accomplished on offense.
Third string quarterback.
Their defense really isn't that bad. Right. You got Falk, you're running Falk out there.
He's only played one game before that.
Right.
That's
and defensively, on the defense side of the ball, they're not that bad. Their offense is just terrible. I don't feel that terrible for Le'Veon Bell. That's what you get for holding out for a year. Now look at you on the Jets.
Wow.
Way to go. But the offense is just, they couldn't do anything. They were inept. And think about it this way. People are looking at kind of negative. The Eagles' offense didn't play that well. But think about this. You beat a team 31-6, and you didn't play that well. Like, that's insane.
2 defensive touchdowns, too. That's
right.
the bright spot.
Right.
The defense did what they're supposed to do. Get those touchdowns for your squad
right.
and keep the score down. I would have appreciated the shutout, but it's okay.
Right. And Jim Schwartz is definitely learning that he's sending more pressure to the quarterback, what I like. They're getting more pressure.
And the QB, and remember, your corners are still out. Like, your defense is still
They got Orlando Scandrick off the street on Friday, last Friday. Avonte Maddox got hurt. Mills is out.
Jones is still out.
Darby's out. Sidney Jones is hurt every other day. Every time he gets beat, apparently, he sprains a ligament.
So, like I said, that's big for your defense to play like that against a bad team. And at the end of the day, they did what they're supposed to do against a bad team. They put up 31 points on them.
Now, there's an interesting stretch coming up. You got the Vikings on the road this week, Cowboys on the road the following week, the Bills the week after that.
Yeah, all on the
I'm
road.
hoping for a 2 out of 3. I need a 2 out of 3 here. I need you to beat the Cowboys.
Cowboys are frauds.
Be either the. But here's the thing. I agree with you. I agree the Cowboys are not nearly as good. And the numbers are showing it. Numbers don't lie. And you see what's happening now they're actually in competition. They played, the first 3 weeks they played the Giants with Eli Manning.
Redskins.
They played the Redskins and the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins are another train wreck. So that was our first 3 opponents. Of course, Dak looked like a world beater against those guys.
Yes, he did.
I don't know how many times we have to say this. Dak Prescott is aggressively average.
He's not Dak good.
Ooh, I like the pun.
He's not Dak good.
He's average. He's okay. He's a guy that you take Ezekiel out of the game.
Oh yeah,
you're not getting anything from him.
It's a wrap
because the thing with Dak Prescott needs to be successful is play action. He needs a play action to be successful. If he can't work off play action, he cannot be successful.
Yeah.
He can't. Their offense is a borderline high school offense. It's so simplistic. It's one receiver routes. It's very easy to read on your offense. Dak doesn't do a lot of audibling. So if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Once you shut Ezekiel down, you're really in trouble.
Carson's from like the Peyton Manning school. I love it. Kill, kill, kill. I'm gonna be honest. I get a little chub every time I hear that.
Really?
Kill, kill, kill.
You heard Dak saying it?
I love that when he does the
on the chest.
The chest. I don't know what this means. I don't know if he's gonna show us a chest or I don't know what's happening. But I get excited every time I see those things. I get fired up. Kill, kill, kill. I can listen to that all day. Peyton, Omaha. Awesome. So anyway, but that's because Carson is a cerebral quarterback. He's cerebral. So Dak is not. So you don't get those type of things to him. But going back to my original point, it's a bad spot because you got 3 road games in a row. And the Vikings, even though the Vikings are a beatable team, you're still going there on the road. And they're an above average team.
This schedule is very tough.
It's tough.
Because you figure...
And the Bills, like, listen, it's not a joke to play out there in Buffalo. Them plans, they take this seriously. That's all they got.
They're playing well. But here's the funny thing. Yeah. So the Cowboys had that easy start off. That's how they start off 3-0.
Yeah.
But their next 3 games are cake games. And well, except for us that week too. But Jets, us, and it's another bum team that they're playing. A winless team.
Yeah.
So their schedule is pretty easy where you figure these 3 games are going to be tough. You look at the end of the season. The last 4 games, 3 are division games.
Right.
No, matter of fact, the last 5 games, 4 are division games. They played the Giants twice in that time period.
Right.
So you got 4 division games.
And the Giants that may be fighting for a wild card.
Right. So and with Jones in there, they're a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, but no matter how bad they are, even the Redskins, again, it's a division game. They're always tough.
Right.
So you got 4 division games in there. That's tough that you end your season with.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tough schedule, and I'm kind of glad it's worked out in the favor of these first 5 games that they've kind of been able to figure it out and keep their head above water while they're still getting everyone. Because and this was my fear. I mean, Deshaun Jackson. This was kind of one of my fears of bringing him back. I love Deshaun. Everyone does, but he's a heartbreaker. He's Mariah Carey and Jay-Z. He's a heartbreaker. He is.
The abdominal, man.
The everything with Jackson. I mean, this is MO. I mean, I don't remember the last time he's played a 16-game season.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
He's hurt a lot. And, as great as you saw how dynamic he can be. Oh, how great did he look against Washington? Right. How great was that? 2 touchdowns.
But that's why he's worth yards. That's why he's worth it. Because know what he can. I get it. If he's not on the field, it means nothing.
Facts.
But, look, I look at it like this. All you got to do is keep on what you're doing, maintain, stay in the hunt. You get him back week 8 for the rest of the season, week 9 for the rest of the season.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but now you know what you got.
Yeah.
You know you have this extra boost that you need to finish the season strong. And with the running game starting to come along, if they continue to run the ball.
Well, they're figuring out how to, I think, again, another thing, no preseason. So they're figuring out how to use these guys. Like, I feel like I love the way they're using Jordan Howard now.
But they played in the preseason. The one that really didn't play is Carson.
Right, but the rhythm of all of that, that's a big cog not to have. It's the rhythm of all that. Well, how do I... In preseason, you're not going to give away all of your game plan.
Right.
So those first 5 weeks, it was kind of like, okay, so what works best with Jordan Howard? What works best with Miles Sanders? Corey Clement's not even playing right now.
Nah, he can't get on the field.
Which honestly, I feel like he should get more time than Darren Sproles. That's me personally.
That fumble did it.
But you know what, though? But I feel like that was him trying to do too much. Because of the fact that he's not playing. You do things like what he did, that didn't even make sense. That didn't make sense, but I think you do things like that when you're not active and you want to make a play. He was thirsty to make a play. Right. He was like, Corey Clement, remember him in the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Listen.
Remember him that whole season was balling.
Remember Aguilar that year too? Balling. I hate to say his name. I know it makes people feel funny when you mention his name. But he was balling. Nah, he was.
He was adequate. Aguilar.
No, he was not. Everybody was balling. That whole offensive receiver core was balling.
I don't know if I'm putting balling back.
They was
but,
balling.
All right. Okay. He was playing okay. He was playing okay. He was doing okay.
He was not. He was not okay.
It was okay.
He was balling.
It was all right.
He was balling like the rest of them.
Anyway, that's my point.
Listen, the Vikings are tough, but here's the thing about the Vikings: they have Kirk Cousins. So as long as they have Kirk Cousins at quarterback, you have a very good chance to beat this team.
How bad does that deal look?
Especially with the Eagles. He has a tough time playing the Eagles with the Vikings. When he was with the Redskins, he used to toast us like crazy.
Oh my goodness, him and Jordan Reed.
Crazy with the Redskins.
Oh my goodness.
But for some reason with the Vikings,
he made his money really off the Eagles.
Yeah, without a doubt. But for some reason with the Redskins and with just as good or a better receiver, he's not doing the same.
Right.
And a running back.
Right. So you look at the NFC now. To me, it's the Eagles, Packers, Saints, Niners, which I wouldn't have said 2 weeks ago. But people forget that before Garoppolo got hurt, they got off to a good start.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Last year, I think. Last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's right. 2 years ago, they got off to a really good start, and they're formidable. And Seattle's playing well too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a really interesting NFC, and it's all about that home field. You gotta get one of those two spots. Hopefully the first one, because it's just a tough thing to go on the road and be expected to win 3 straight weeks, or even play 3 straight weeks. That bye week is huge. So why do you think the Patriots have been so successful? Is that they first of all, they've benefited off of a weak AFC East for most of their run. Mm-hmm. So they are able to stack wins. They're getting 5-6 wins off their own division each year. So you factor in, okay, so what do we need? 5-6 from everyone else, and we're good.
Yeah.
And we got a bye. So that bye, they're at home in the playoffs almost every year. So that's what I want for the Eagles, is to be able to stack that, so they'll be able to have that run. Defensively, I still have a little bit concerns, but again, everyone needs to get healthy. Offensively, not as concerned, because I saw what they did in Green Bay. And I saw what they did at the second half of Washington. I know they're going to come together when they get all the pieces back. It's just about staying healthy. Can we please just stay healthy?
Well, listen.
And get healthy.
You can't even worry about that, because that's just part of the game. Every team has these injuries. Look how many quarterbacks. Look, the funny thing is, look how many quarterbacks are going down this year, and Carson is healthy. That's the thing. Carson staying healthy this whole season is the big key, because you're seeing your quarterback goes down. That's your season unless you have an adequate backup.
Yeah. The franchise quarterback is the most important position in sports. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you will not be successful.
Right.
It's just really that simple. But I want to focus on one team in the NFC, and it's a team in Washington. Yesterday, for those of you who don't know, Jay Gruden, their coach, was fired after an 0-5 start. Washington, to me, is an interesting case because, we're going on 20 to 25 years of them being completely pathetic in every sense of the word. They have not won a playoff game since 2005. And they're always late to the party. Washington is that kid that shows up 3 weeks after the trend ended in that outfit. They're always 3 weeks late to the party. For instance, let's go through the players they've signed the past 20 years. Bruce Smith. Mm-hmm. Not Buffalo Bills Bruce Smith, but Bruce Smith. Deion Sanders. Not Atlanta Deion Sanders. Not San Francisco Deion Sanders. Not even Dallas Deion Sanders. The other Deion Sanders.
He had a little something in the tank still.
Not in Washington, bro. No. Dana Stubblefield. I said it. Dana Stubblefield. Jeff George. Oh, man.
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb. This might be my favorite of all. This might be my favorite. Albert Hainsworth. Do you remember they gave him $100 million?
That was a total
$100 million for Albert Hainsworth.
Hot mess.
Their stadium is not a home. It's become a hotel. It's a hotel to other fans in other cities. They take literally the stadium would never fill up if it wasn't for other teams, fellow fans supporting their teams. It would never happen. That is a home field advantage to everyone else that comes there. They have become a laughingstock, a complete laughingstock. They are a mess.
Many quarterbacks, too, they've gone through.
They have been a mess for a very long time. But I have a theory. of why they're a mess. The Washington Redskins are a mess because they refuse to change their name. And I believe this is a curse.
Listen, it's so funny because I was going to say the same thing.
They're cursed forever.
That name and logo got to go.
It's got to go, bro.
Gotta
it's
go.
2019. You cannot be calling your team the Redskins. Can you imagine? Stay with me, everyone, for a second. Stay with me on this and follow me on this quick journey I'm going to take you on. Could you imagine a scenario if we had a team called the Carolina Cotton Pickers? Let that breathe for a minute. The Carolina Cotton Pickers. I know a lot of you are mad that I even just said that. You got Uncle Ben out there in the middle of the field. I'm trying to be serious with you, but
I can't help it. I'm trying to. But
you got Aunt Jemima with the wrap on as your mascot.
Yes.
Could you imagine a scenario? But we got a team in 2019 called the Redskins with that logo. Mm-hmm. You know how disrespectful that is? The people that founded this country? It's disrespectful on the highest level. But we let that ride and we give it a pass. Like, it's cool and cute, but it's not. And honestly, I believe they're cursed. I believe this is a curse. Because, listen, 25 years ago, even though it was still inexcusable, we didn't know enough. We know better now.
Yes.
We know better now. And they've been told about this. What I'm saying right here isn't something that hasn't been said before.
No.
I'm just tying it all together and showing you what's happened to their franchise since people have kind of been saying the same thing. They've had Native Americans protesting outside their stadiums.
Yeah.
Saying,
I remember those.
Please.
And this isn't one of those situations where it's like, oh, everybody's so sensitive now. You can't say anything anymore about it. No, this isn't that type of situation.
No, not at all.
This goes way back. This is deeper than that, a lot deeper. And you're right.
There's levels to this.
And it's funny that I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering where you're going with it because I was going to go there if you didn't. But I agree, man. I think until they change the name and the logo of this team, which they could easily do.
It's an easy fix.
Which they could easily do.
The Cleveland Indians, they still call themselves the Indians, but they changed their logo.
Right.
They don't have that logo anymore because it's disrespectful. It is. And, you know, it's really simple, Washington. Change your name, change your fortune. It's that simple. Change your name, change your fortune. I believe in karma.
Or a new owner.
I believe in
because
all of that.
Snyder's...
All of that. He drafted, like, nobody wanted the quarterback they drafted this year.
Right.
Nobody wanted Dwayne Haskins. His coach didn't want him.
Right.
He came down out the booth.
Snyder wanted him.
Walked down the stairs and said, "You drafted him because I said so." Like, he know what he's talking about. Bro, you gave Albert Hainsworth $100 million. And he walked 2 years later. You got Adrian Peterson on the team right now.
And won't use him.
You're a mess. You're a complete mess over there.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. I mean, change your name, change your fortune, put some good karma into the universe, and maybe good karma come back to you. Look what happened to RG3.
They ruined his career. Same thing they'll do to Haskins. Listen,
had him out there. I mean, had him out there in the playoff. He shouldn't have been playing after he tore his knee up. Ruined and changed the trajectory of his entire career. Crazy. But I'm gonna move on because I'm excited right now. Because we got a new segment right now, feature our own Dylan. It is the debut of Hate It or Love It. Now this is how this works. Yeah. Dylan's gonna give us a couple topics. It could be sports. It could be pop culture. We don't know. But Gervase and I will decide if we hate it or if we love it.
All right. So I got a couple for you. I got 3. So we're going to start with an easy one. So I know you guys are bird fans. Come on.
Absolutely.
Go Birds.
We're a bird-friendly show.
But I know the fans are a little extra. So I'm sure you guys have seen this before. I'm going to play it through the video so they'll be able to hear the audio. But
okay.
I know you guys seen this before. This guy, he's in front of a Vikings fan. She's trying to yell at him, and he's just saying, "Go Birds" in her face.
I love the stance, too. Like, he was just
swinging his arms and everything.
Yeah, that was the Weekend at Bernie stance.
Yeah. So, hate it or love it, Eagles pride. Well, that sort of pride.
Okay.
You know, that you've seen all the fans going absolutely bonkers.
I'll let you go first, Gervase.
I love it. I love it.
It's different.
I love it. Look, if for y'all who don't understand it, we are passionate about our team. We love our team. We bleed green here in Philly. It's all about this team. We've bled a lot of years till we finally got that Super Bowl. That was the crowning moment. We had to. We've dealt with a lot of crap from all these other teams talking all this trash about us. We are here. We represent our team. Now we all know nobody condones all the extra craziness,
Gervase in a soapbox right now.
all the extra violence and all that kind of stuff that goes on. Look, you can come here, you can wear your jersey, but just know your place. Don't pop off at the mouth and
Wait,
you'll be
did you
all
just
right.
say wear your jersey but know
you
your
can
place?
come here, you can wear your jersey.
That
and all
sounded
that stuff.
aggressive.
Just know your place. Don't be popping off at the mouth and talking a bunch of trash. It's that simple. It's all love. That's the problem. People always
It
want to
ain't
go
love,
that
love.
extra mile, and then when you go the extra mile, then you see the brotherly love that we really have here in Philly. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
I hate it. And I hate it because of our national reputation. And is it all of our fault? No, it's not. We are a misunderstood city. But at the same time, I do feel there are instances and times that we do need to turn it down. The Mike Scott incident, that wasn't cute.
Not at all.
That wasn't cute. And there's been plenty, like we out here like it's the Bloods and the Crips. Talking about bird gang, throwing up gang signs. Nah, bro, it ain't that serious. At the end of the day, it's sports.
Right. But
and you should be able to like and cheer for whoever you want to cheer for, and feel free to maneuver around anywhere you want to maneuver around. Now, you might get some trash talk. That's fine. I have no problem with friendly trash talk. But nobody should ever feel threatened for any reason to go anywhere to watch a sporting event. That's crazy. And that's the mentality that needs to change. The 700 level, that's got to go.
Right. And
can't be that no more.
I agree with everything you said, but this is my point
Stop
to
it
this
there.
too is, no, we got to go a little bit more. So my point is this, though. This stuff happens in every stadium. It's just
Right.
that when it happens here, like something like that, it's not Philly again. And it's always they threw snowballs at
The Santa
Santa.
Claus. Right,
So
right.
I understand the history of what happened. Listen, Santa was rooting for the Cowboys that day. He deserved that shit. Okay? Just saying.
He said it.
So I'm just saying, we have to understand that somebody got killed over in San Fran at a game.
Right.
Man, they don't talk
In
about
Como.
that all the time.
Right.
Like,
No, I agree.
so
I agree.
this stuff happens. The Raider Nation is known
All right,
for
you got
beating
veins popping out of your neck.
down
Relax.
in the-
Let's move on to the next one. Go ahead. Next
All
one.
right. So next one is another easy one. Halloween parties.
Okay.
Love it or hate it.
Ooh, Halloween parties.
Love it.
Well, okay.
Love it. It's like cosplaying. It's like New York
It's like who?
New York Comic Con just happened the past weekend.
Yeah.
It's like cosplaying. You get to dress up as a character. You get a chance to be somebody you're not. That's the best thing about Halloween. You get to dress up and be somebody that you're not and have a good time with it.
I hate it.
It's awesome.
Hate it. I'm a grown man. I don't want to dress up, bro.
Come on, man, stop
He's
that.
done.
I'm me. I don't want to dress up. I don't want to do it. I like a good party. I love a good party. But I don't want to dress up.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like it.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Why not?
I just don't want
There's
to.
more to it than that.
There is. I'm
what
not
happened?
into it.
What happened back in the day?
All
Come
right,
on,
so
man.
back in second grade, this is
Yeah.
actually a true story. I'm going to tell you real quick.
my God.
So, back in second grade, right? You know how you used to do the parade, right? So we had the parade, right? And, like, I had a Superman costume. And I was fired up on my Superman costume. At the cape, I felt good. Well, back in the day, a lot of you may know this, and some of you may not. I might be educating some of you, but here's the education you didn't know. Costumes used to also double as pajamas back in the day.
Oh, yes.
It was a costume pajama set, so you can wear it all year round. The only difference is you wore the cape. So I'm in the parade, and this kid, I think his name was Andre, if he's listening right now, what I would do to you if I saw you. Ugh. Andre ripped my cape off and then yelled out, Marcus is wearing his pajamas, and everybody started laughing at me. I even saw some of the parents laughing at me too, which wasn't cool. Miss Lisa, you're a grown-up. Why are you laughing at me? That's not right, bro. And that's why Halloween is not my favorite holiday. Because, yeah, it was pajama, but it was a costume too.
All right, man. Well, get that Superman
So
costume
I hate
this
it.
year. Put that Superman costume on this year. Nobody gonna rip your cape off this year.
Bro, I can't fit that.
They're not gonna rip that cape off this year.
No, I'm not doing it. I actually had a really good costume a couple years ago. I wore a black T-shirt, black shorts, did eye black, had a headband on, and I had hashtag #1 ceiling on it. I had a foam finger. I was a ceiling fan. Genius.
Man, that's terrible, bro.
Genius.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna hook you
How's
up
that
this
terrible?
year.
Ceiling
terrible.
fan.
That was terrible. We're gonna hook you up this year.
We didn't know we not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
got some
dressing
ideas
up.
for you. I got some ideas for you. We'll hook you up this
All
year.
right, whatever. All right, go to the last one.
All right, we have to make this one quick.
All right.
All right. So, have you guys seen the Joker movie yet?
Yes, I have.
I have
Okay,
not.
I have not either. But you've probably seen all the commotion about it.
Right.
All the articles about it. CNN was getting a lot of flack from an opinion piece. This says Joker, the film about marginalized clown who goes on a killing rampage, is facing a wave of criticism that glorifies a killer and could encourage copycat attacks. So love it or hate it, the opinion piece that Joker, any type of movie, media, could incite violence in people.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not seeing it in theaters. I'm not doing that.
Nah,
That's where I won't be.
that's a bunch of it's a bunch of
Marky.
crap, man. It's a bunch of crap. Listen, are you going to take off cop shows on TV? Are we taking off Law and Order, and are we taking off all these other shows that show criminals killing people?
Yeah.
You know, SUV and all those stuff. Like, we're not taking those shows off TV.
Yeah, crazy's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
and
right.
you can't police that. It's kind of like how we look at, even with our kids now and stuff like that. It's like people look at it like, oh man, my kid, little Jimmy, I don't want him going to the park because, bro, you can't. Little Jimmy has to go to the park. His friends are over at the park. Let your little Jimmy go to the park.
Yeah.
Like, but that's how we look at things now. We're so protective because, like, we have CNN now. We have all 24-hour news. So it's just fear-based material in our face all the time. So what are you gonna do but be afraid of everything? That's kind of how it is. But we didn't have that 25, 30 years ago, where it's just all of this stuff in your face constantly of just fear. Because for them, the dangerous thing is it's entertainment and news.
Right.
So they're looking to get people to watch. And what do? They have to come up with pieces like this. But no, absolutely not. Go see the Joker movie. Watch it on demand.
No
Watch it on
spoilers,
demand
but the movie is dope. The
now. Did you do
movie's
Heath
incredible.
Ledger Justice?
Oh, it got nothing to do with Heath Ledger at all.
No,
This
but I'm
is-
saying,
this is-
was the character played similarly to the Heath Ledger
no,
character?
no.
No?
Okay.
Okay. I love the way Heath
this
Ledger
is-
did Joker.
You'll love this even just as much.
Just as much?
I won't say
Okay.
it more,
All right.
but you'll love this just as much. This is
All right.
a greater origin
I'll check
story.
it out.
So
All
love
right,
it or hate
listen,
it.
we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'd like to thank Dylan over there for the major production. Hate it or love it, I feel like we're rousing success first week. Until next week, this is Usla Media. Marques, Gervase, we out.